Hey guys, welcome back to Greenpine Zoo and Gardens. Yeah, today we have a lot of things to do. But first of all, let's take a tour to our Rhino House and the first finished habitat in there. You can see we have a combined habitat for the Indian rhinos, the nilgai and the black buck. The habitat works perfectly fine. The rhinos are not able to go into the shelter of the antelopes. They are not able to go into the house either. We're coming back to that again later because, yeah, I have news for you. The antelopes are not able to go into the house for the rhinos, but are able to get into their shelter, and our keepers are able to go into the house and into the habitat for the animals and into every other shelter whatsoever. The keepers are the only ones that can go everywhere. So everything works perfectly fine as it should. Besides of that, when the keepers are putting the animals into the habitat, they are all stuck in the house. So you have to put them into the habitat manually. But I think we are going to change that in the future. Once we are building at the backside of the house, then we can have an entrance for our staff members right into the habitat and we won't have any problems at all. So, what are we going to do today? I think I told you guys that I wanted to have somewhat about 2 more episodes on this build. So in one episode, which would have been today's episode, we would have built the habitat for the male rhino, where only our male rhino lives. And in the next episode we wanted to take care of the 2 smaller habitats that we do have in the house and connect them to some outdoor habitats as well. So I got news for you. Today is complete mayhem. We are going to have an animal overload because we are going to have not just 1 habitat, not just 2 habitats by the end of the episode, but 3 habitats. Yeah, you heard correctly. I did it all and I did it just yesterday. I don't know why, but I didn't have any motivation on the weekend to create something in Planet Zoo. To be fair, I had to work on the video for the real-life zoo tour in San Diego Safari Park, which aired yesterday on my channel. So this took a lot of time to get that finished and have it in a manner that I wanted the video to be. So that's an excuse for that. But besides that, as I told you, I was not motivated at all. And even I created all of this stuff yesterday. I created all of that stuff yesterday in the afternoon. Because, in the morning I sat at the computer and I started to create something, and after about 10 or 15 minutes I didn't like what I was creating and I deleted the stuff. I got away from the computer and did something different. Oh, I was baking as well. That's what I did yesterday in the morning. Okay, there did the time go. But as I said, I didn't have any motivation, any inspiration for what I was going to do, and it kicked in the afternoon when I finished all of this. And then I just went along with it. It took me about 5 or 6 hours to build all of that you are going to see today, and in the end I am very, very, very happy with it. And I would say that I think that this little complex here, the Rhino House with the habitats and all the stuff, might be the most realistic that I did ever since I built here, or since I started building here in Planet Zoo. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. talking about the comment section, this is the perfect time for you guys to already hit the like button for this video. Also to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future episodes here in this crazy zoo, and leave a comment. What do you think about today's habitat and the complete rhino complex? Because as I said, I really love that. So yeah, as we are working on the rhino habitat for our single male, I was thinking about needing to change something. Because I think I told you guys last episode, we do have 2 female rhinos in the left habitat, in the big one with the black buck and the nilgai. And if we keep that this way, with the male rhino in here, we won't ever have baby rhinos. And I think that's kind of sad, because I want to have baby animals in our zoo, even though it's going to drive me nuts in a few episodes, I think, with all the babies and dying animals of old age and doing some animal management. We definitely have to take care of this as well. But let's get back to the point. We won't have any baby rhinos if we keep that this way. So I was thinking, maybe we are going to put the male to the female in the other habitat and one of our females here in the single habitat. Or just sell one of the females and put another male in here. That might make a little more sense. I don't know. Just tell me what you guys think about that. But yeah, I think we have something in common when I say I definitely want to have some baby rhinos. Which is going to lead to another little problem that we do have with the rhino habitat, with the second one. And I'm going to tell you guys in a few seconds, but first of all I'm going to tell you what I did here. I changed the pathing a little bit here for the path towards Rhino House, as you can see right now, because I wanted to have 2 bigger outdoor habitats here. So therefore I changed the pathing a little bit and yeah, trying to create some bigger habitats. I had something in my mind that I wanted to accomplish here, and I'm going to tell you about that in a few minutes, but let's get back to the rhinos first. So the problem that we do have right now with the rhinos is, and this doesn't come by any surprise, we have problems with the hitbox of the Indian rhinos. As we don't have a problem in the big habitat, because we don't want to have the rhinos inside the house, we definitely wanted the male one to be able to go into the house, to use the pool in the house, and yeah, when you are going to visit the house you might have a chance to see one rhino in there. Because that is always something that I really do enjoy when I go into a zoo, when I walk into an animal house. You have these huge buildings for elephants, for rhinos, for cats and whatsoever, and you go into that house, and how many times is it that you walk into the house and nothing is in there because the animals are all outside? I totally get that. I totally enjoy the animals being on their outdoor habitat, but let's be honest, the best way to experience the animals in a zoo is when they are in their indoor habitats, because that's when you can come very close to them. Yeah, so therefore I always enjoy the chance by walking into a house and experiencing the animals right in the house. But, and here comes a big but, our male rhino is not able to walk into the house. We do have a huge gate, and so much space for the rhino to walk into the house, but it is not able to get in there. Which does not make me sad, it makes me pretty much angry. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's not able to go in there, and I don't want to change. I think I don't want to change the gate for the rhino, because if I make it bigger, and I think I have to make it really much bigger, it doesn't look realistic anymore. So therefore I think we are going to stick with it like it is right now. So we pretend the rhino is able to walk in there, and yeah, it just, as it happens, every time you go into the building the rhino is never in there, but it could go. Maybe we pretend. Yeah, so that's the thing, and I'm very sorry for that, because I wanted it to work perfectly, as it worked so perfectly in last week's episode with everything that I planned. But yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, I guess. So let's go back into our two small habitats. That was also something that was not that easy for me to plan that, because first of all, the animals that are going to move in today in the small habitats are going to be the African bird tortoise and the lion-tailed macaque. Yeah, you guys are completely right. The lion-tailed macaque is an Asian animal, and the African bird tortoise, what a surprise, is an African animal. It was very hard for me to accept the fact that I do have animals from different continents in one habitat. I really don't like that. I have something in me that says you cannot do that. That is something like a death sentence for me. Yeah, but I said, okay, with the tortoises we can just pretend that this would be okay. I have to tell you something about this, because someone of you commented in the last video that he's seeing the antelopes walking up the roof of our building, and I thought, well, that would have been a great idea if I really planned that, but I don't want that to happen. So they are not able to do that, but to make it look realistic and to prevent them from theoretically walk up to the roof, I put those wooden pillars down so that they would not be able to do that. So let's get back to our two small habitats. As I said, African bird tortoise and the lion-tailed macaque. I was thinking that I wanted to have something like a bridge or whatever that goes over the visitor's path, so that the macaques could walk from one habitat to the other. Which is no problem at all. This is something you could make work easily. But then I thought, sorry, the original plan was to have different animals on the floor of the habitat. So we do have the African tortoise on the left one, and I wanted to have another animal on the right one. To achieve that, we needed to have two separate keeper gates. And as you know, that is something that doesn't work. You can't have two keeper gates for one habitat, because yeah, how do I say that correctly? Because if you want to achieve something like this, with the macaques being able to walk from one habitat to another, it's not just working by building that kind of a rope bridge that I did here. You have to connect those habitats with the invisible barrier, so that you have a whole, one whole habitat, the left one and the right one, connected through invisible barriers. So if you have that, the tortoises from the left habitat won't be able to walk into the right habitat, because obviously they can't climb and they can't walk over the rope bridge, which is cool because they should not do that. But if you want to have a different animal in the right habitat, maybe the dig, whatever, just to put a name out there, you need to have another keeper gate. And if you don't have another keeper gate, this could work as well. If you put the animals manually to the other side. But then there's the next problem, because your keepers won't be able to go from one habitat to the other one to take care of the animals and to feed them. So that's not a solution that's going to work. And therefore I had to make the decision that we are having the lion-tailed macaques and the spurred tortoise on the left habitat, connecting both habitats with the bridge, and having the lion-tailed and only the lion-tailed macaques be able to go into the right habitat as well, with just having animal enrichment and right one, and so to give them a reason to go over there. Yeah, unfortunately this was the only solution. And nevertheless, I have to go back into the habitat and make a few changes about it, because as you know this, I have some kind of a moat around the habitat on the viewer side, so that the animals can't go over to the visitors, because there's water in there and the lion-tailed macaques can't swim. Can they? No, they can't. Yeah, spoilers. By the end of the video, when we are going to do the real-time tour and having a look at what we built so far, we have a problem, Houston. The lion-tailed macaques can escape, and they do. Because the moat is not deep enough for covering up everything with water, and the lion-tailed macaques are able to walk over there to the planting area and just walk along there and go to the visitor's path, and yeah, cause a lot of panic. You will see that by the end of the video, so I have to come up with a solution off screen before the next video, so that everything is going to work fine and we don't have any viewers that are panicking all the time because the monkeys are going for a stroll outside their habitat. Well, yeah, and that's why everything in here looks very, very, very cool. It's so pretty, but it doesn't work properly. And as I say that, I'm thinking about so many new products that are, yeah, pushed to the market so that you guys can buy it. They look really pretty, but they don't work. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, but as I said, these are just some minor problems that I'm going to take care of off screen, and we definitely will find a solution for that. What we are definitely not going to find a solution is the problem with the rhino that is not able to walk into the house, which is a mess because I tested everything, and as the male rhino was inside the house, it was totally fine using the pool. It could access the pool, it could access all the indoor space that I was building for them, so that was pretty amazing. But yeah, as I said, we had only two options. The one option with a rhino that's not able to go out to the outdoor habitat, and the one option would have been one rhino that is stuck on the outdoor habitat and can't go inside. And as we already do have rhinos that are stuck on the outdoor habitats, I thought that's the way to go. So yeah, maybe, and I don't think this is going to work, but maybe the female rhinos have a smaller hitbox than the male one, but they are not really smaller than the male ones, I think. So yeah, we'll see by the beginning of the next episode if we could manage to do something about that. Yeah, otherwise we have to live with that. I also have to look into the habitats for all of the other animals that we do have in the park, because I kept getting notifications about animals dying for old age. So therefore it is quite possible that we do have lots of not lots of dead animals in the park. This sounds wrong and very, very terrible. We have lots of space to fill in the zoo, let's say it that way, so that we need to buy new animals, I guess. Bring new blood into our gene pool. Yeah, so building the fence right here, right next to the rhino habitat, because we don't want to escape our monkeys on that side as well, and this works completely fine. So they are not able to climb the fence and jump over into the habitat of the rhinos, so this works completely perfect. We do have the same version on the other side of the habitat as well, so this works pretty fine, as I said already. Yeah, now creating the indoor space for the animals, I also wanted to make a change in there. I had to think about how our keepers are going to be able to get into the habitat for the animals. We do have the gate for the rhino habitat right next to the indoor habitat. You can see it right here on the right side. So this was not an option to put another gate in here. And the space was very tight here on that side with the window, so I decided I'm going to delete the window and change things a little bit. I was thinking about the roundish windows that we do have in the cat's house on the ceiling, so I wanted to have something in there as well as a window for our visitors. And it is very easy to build. Just look, you have to have 2 of the concrete wall pieces, the small ones, and then just go for the metal beams, put them on top of it, and then go and circle copy everything. So you can have this nice round shaped window. Put everything together in a group and then just put it on your wall. It's a little bit finicky to get it in the exact angle that you need for your wall. I could have done that a little bit easier, but yeah, in the end everything worked out pretty fine. And I can remember those round shaped windows first of all from one build that I already did in the past, which was for the reptile house that I was building. We do have some round shaped windows in there as well, I think with a very similar tactic that I did in here. And I also remember those windows from the zoo in Munich, my home zoo. In a monkey house, I guess we do have some of those round-shaped windows as well, and I really enjoy them. So I wanted to have something like this in here as well. And we do have enough space right now, you can see it right here on the right side, for the gate for our keepers to go into the indoor habitat for the tortoises and the macaques. So that's a pretty easy way to make your building look a little bit different, make something unique and special, and yeah, just to level it up a little bit. We're having something like a little design element in there. So we're going to have some windows in here as well. And doing the same on the other side, of course. I'm going to keep the indoor habitat for the animals very simple. So we're going to have some limestone floors and just some bedding on the ground and a feeder, I guess, and that's it. Some climbing stuff for the monkeys on the other side. And yeah, as I said, that's it. You don't need too much of that stuff in here. Just keep it zooey and easy to clean. Cleaning up the floors a little bit. And then I'm going for the wall pieces of the limestone set. And just covering the whole floor. Yeah, and now guys, I need your help. What should we do in next week's episode? We have a little tiny space left right next on the opposite side of our Rhino house, right next to the cat house, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. Maybe we are going to do a little imbiss or something, so a little snack station or a drink station or whatever. Do we have toilets? Yeah, we do have toilets in our cat house, so that should be fine. But yeah, as I said, maybe something like a little snack station or a drink station, food station, whatever you might call it, something like that, a resting area. And then I want to go into the next area. So I think we are done with the tropical Asia theme now. Or are you guys missing any animal that would fit the tropical Asia theme? So Indonesia or whatever. Let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, I think we are ready to go into the Himalayan area. Difficult word. So we are going to finish the side of our walkthrough aviary, where we are having another exit gate for our visitors so that they can leave the aviary and go into the Himalayan area. So I want to have animals in here like the snow leopard, the red pandas, the takin, and what else are we having? What else could we put into the Himalayan area? Let me know in the comment section as well. So these are the two iconic animals that I definitely want to have in there. It would be so perfect if we would have a yak as well, because they would fit so perfect in there. Oh, maybe we could go for a habitat for the Przewalski horse. That would be cool as well. So snow leopard, red panda, takin, Przewalski horse. I was thinking about the Makor as well, but yeah, we already do have some kind of a mountain goat or animal like that with the takin, and we don't have to have every Asian animal that lives in the mountain region. But yeah, I was thinking about those. So if you have any animal that I missed, let me know and we'll have them in this area as well. Yeah, with that being said, that's the plans for the future of Greenpine Zoo. We are far from done, because this park, even though we are already 31 episodes into this series, we are far from done. It's just the beginning of a beautiful zoo, and we have so much more work to do. And I'm looking very much forward to that, because I really do enjoy this zoo. I hope you guys do as well. And with that being said, I'm going to leave you guys with the last few minutes of the speed build and then the real-time part of Greenpine Zoo's Rhino House. Let me know in the comments what you think about this area. Do you enjoy it? Do you have any comments about it? Would you change something? Yeah, let me know. Enjoy the rest of the week, or the beginning of the week, and hope to see you guys next week when we are going to continue and maybe start with the build of Himalaya. Bye guys, take care.